Hello everyone, this is Austin from Raw Bliss. Today I wanted to talk to you about a little bit about my past, my second job that I've ever had, which was at Jack in the Box, which for those of you that don't live, I believe in the Western United States, Jack in the Box is a fast food chain. They serve a lot of I would say stoner foods, drunk people foods, greasy tacos, jalapeno poppers, egg rolls, bacon cheddar cheese, potato wedges, curly fries, burgers obviously, wraps, chicken, stuff like that. And I worked there for a year, making $8 an hour. I was working 40 hours a week, and I never got a raise in my entire year of working there. And I did every position. I was flying around that place like a mad lad. I started out on dishes, and then they moved me over to fryer, and then I learned the grill, and then pretty much I was they call it a float, which is you just float between stations. And then, and lastly, I learned cashier, of course, because, sometimes the cashiers aren't available, and, that's something that needs to be done. So, I really like dishes for some reason. That's also what I did at my other job at Marlene's health food store. Because, I don't know, it's very satisfying for some reason to me. So, you do first you rinse all the crap off, then you dip it in the soap water, and then you rinse it again, and then you dip it in the sanitizer, and then you let it dry. That's about it. It wasn't very cleanly, in my opinion. And there was also people in the grill area, in particular, that would not wear gloves. Just touching raw patties and your meat with their bare hands. They would not wear hairnets. Of course, I did all these things. Non-slip shoes. Some people did not wear non-slip shoes, even though, you could definitely slip and fall and break your ass, and the company cannot be held liable because you're not wearing the proper shoes. And so it was an interesting job. Mostly, I ended up working night shifts because no one wants to work night shifts. That's where all the crazy people come in. I've had people come through the drive-thru that were smoking meth. One time we had people coming through the drive-thru that were shooting up heroin in their car. And we're like, oh, we're gonna call the cops. And they're like, oh, we don't care, man. It's like, whatever. And they just drove off. But a lot of drunk people, a lot of stoners. That's the target demographic. We have the midnight munchie box, and you would always have to have curly fries, regular fries, tacos, ready to go. And then they had these disgusting burgers, like a chicken tater melt is like a chicken sandwich with a hash brown, and then this disgusting microwaved processed cheese on top. You should see some of the ingredients for these things, which are in the freezer, like the chicken nuggets. 200 ingredients. And when I worked there, I had a corn intolerance. I learned that this was one of the first things that I learned in my health journey. And so I didn't eat the curly fries, and I tried not to. I ate it sometimes because I knew I had an intolerance, but the tacos were obviously a favorite, so I would always have the tacos with the Frank's Red Hot sauce or something. And there were corn tacos, corn tortillas, whatever. And again, 200 ingredients. And everything they have, the burgers. We would do some crazy off-menu items because my friend Daniel, he was a manager there. And yeah, so we would get like free meals. We would take like the tortilla wraps, and then we would put like burgers, bacon, sriracha mayo, like some lettuce, bunch of different cheese, and like wrap it up and throw it on the grill and like dip it in ranch or something. Some crazy stuff. So we took like, there was like a monster taco, which is like a really big taco. It costs like $1 compared to the 50 cents, the small ones. And those barely have any beef in them, by the way. It's like mostly soy in the taco meat. And I would take out like the processed meat, and I would take like the Angus sirloin burger, chop it up, and then put that in the taco with like some strips of bacon and like tons of cheese and the sriracha sauce and Frank's Red Hot sauce and some taco sauce too. I would eat that. Oh man, it was so ridiculous. I was so fat working there, just eating fries all the time because you have to check, just make sure they're salty enough, or if they're too salted, you gotta toss the whole batch. Yeah, nothing's ever made fresh there. The tacos, they'd be sitting out for like 2 hours, and we'd have like a hold timer. It's like for 2 hours, and then the manager would just be like, "Oh, just reset it." It's like, we're not wasting tacos. It's absolutely disgusting. The shake machine, that's not even real dairy, like mostly dairy product. Nope, that's totally fake. Everything there was so fake. Yeah, there were employees who would take cigarette breaks, and they would go to the bathroom and do drugs, like cocaine or meth. I think this had to do with the area I was into, like Western Washington, Seattle kind of area, Federal Way where I was. Very drug heavy area. It's easy to get drugs. Everybody did drugs. Everybody's depressed. Everybody wants, blah, 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 blah. So like, yeah, meth and heroin are a really big problem. But yeah, so I worked there for like a year. I came in like stoned every day, like a lot of the employees did. We just did not care. No one cared. I did care a lot because I take pride in my work, and I made the tacos very, well put together. I made sure they had enough ingredients. Other people would just throw a slab of cheese and like just a tiny bit of lettuce, and it's like, and then just like squirt the taco sauce all over the shit and like all over the bag and stuff. And I made sure, it was precise put in, but I was still very fast, like faster than all the other workers. Like, I'm not bragging. I guess I am a little bit, but I was very efficient in the kitchen, and I'm actually really happy that I had that job, even though it was a terrible job. Like, if you've ever worked in fast food, like, comment down below and let me know your experiences, because it was absolutely horrible. But you learn so much respect, and you learn, like, you're just an amazing worker after that, because you have to deal with so much shit. You have to go so fast, be efficient. I was very clean. When I came in, like after my coworker's shift, I'd always have to clean down the station. It was just lettuce everywhere, and like fries, and like dirty oil, and they didn't skim the shit off the oil. And yeah, it was quite an experience. Yeah, those munchie boxes were disgusting. There was yeah, some really disgusting burgers. Some of the things people ordered, they're like, we get a taco like stuffed with chicken nuggets or something. It's weird. Those jalapeno poppers were amazing. What else? yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I felt like sharing this story with you guys. Hopefully you got something from it. Let me know if you enjoyed. If you want to know more of these stories, if you're curious about my past, ask me some questions down below in the comments. Oh God, this child, you guys. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Peace and love.